Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. So, if you're listening now in the replay, we just want to welcome you into this live. My name is Allegra Jackson, the marketing medulla. I'm also the founder of Women into Networking Win. And I have some special guests today. We're going to be talking about the Connect Her to Win conference. And my guest I just met recently. So, oh, mute your phones real quick. Okay, sorry about that. It's our first time training on this, so y'all excuse the echo. I wanted to introduce y'all to our special guests today. They are going to be vending at our weekend event. We have a conference coming up this weekend, as you all know, and we are always supporting women entrepreneurs and men who support them. And Down South Flavor is one of those businesses that I met at a recent event that we were supporting, for our corporate sponsor, Miss Lashana West. Y'all know who she is. And I was just really impressed by the flavors that I was tasting in the food myself. I'm really excited to introduce you all to this wonderful company and all the things that they have going on here in the local Atlanta market. As you're listening to this live, please share it out to your friends. Get involved in the win and make sure that you ask your questions about what Down South Flavor is all about. So before I go into my questions, I would like you both to just please introduce yourself. I'm going to mute and I'm going to let you tell us anything you would like to know about who you are and what you do in business.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Bobby Presley,
And I'm Christy Presley.
and we're the owners of Down South Flavor.
Yes.
We're an organization that believes in bringing high quality foods at a great price. I started out years ago, uh, barbecuing with my grandfather in a small town in Georgetown, South Carolina. He's from an even smaller town called Neesmith, South Carolina. And how we got the name of different things of different Down South Flavor, he would always mix up these different flavors or different recipes and said, you got to have the right flavor, the right seasoning to bring out that good flavor. And Down South Flavor was there born. I was about maybe 7, 8 years old, and he's taught me different things about different barbecue flavors, how to cook it, how long to cook it, and what to do with it. Only thing I didn't know what to do was the beginning of how to dress the animal. He did all of that. So, but as far as the cooking, I knew how to do that.
That's good. It's deep. Yeah.
Okay. I want to hear how you guys flow, Christy. Where do you come in? Like,
Woo. Well, honestly, I came in through the marriage. And I did not marry him for his cooking. Let's just make sure I say that. But we've been married a long time, 27 years, and he's been the cook the whole time. I've helped maybe here and there as far as like always, can you come here and taste this? And I always have a taste for food because, of course, I went to school for it a little bit as, when we took the trade up in high school. And so I know good food. And I tell you, he's number one when it comes to putting the right season, not too much, just right. If he does make where it might be a little bit too much of something, I always say, hey, you need to, back off. So he's learned through that, like as far as the taste buds. So he's the cook. I'm the watcher, or I may help out with the dish here and there.
I am cracking up because it seems like you both are very in tune with the mission of the company. Like your grandfather really established that like deep rooted, I guess, soul to it, right? Like that's kind of what I got from you. And when you came in, Christy, you were just like, I can confirm this. Like this is like the bomb, and we got to do something. And I think that's so powerful, especially when it comes to couples in business. So let's like shout out to that. We talk about women in business because when we have men who are out there doing the work, right? A lot of times we do have women behind the scenes, don't we? Like that happens a lot of times. And you being at the forefront, one thing I want to highlight before we get into the questions, can I just tell y'all? your relationship empowers me. I am one of those type of people where I want to be like the power couple in business. So as my hubby, I'm like, so when are you going to do this? And like I'm just always like trying to get him to, oh, that's the way. Okay, good. So it's just one of those things that I'm really empowered. And when I look at you guys, I think that that is something to always look forward to. So, y'all, listen, if you're looking to see that in action, you got to come to the conference because that's where you get to feel and see what I'm talking about. But one thing I want to highlight is when I was at the vendor event, when I met you guys for the first time, I was impressed by when, you highlighted Christy and told her all the amazing things that she was. And, a lot of times when our men affirm us, which is part of our mission, right? It's like that is really the key for us, right? Because we need that. And we, as women, don't always have to be strong in those places. That's the beautiful part. And so I just want to commend y'all for doing that, and for showing up in that way. So outside of all the beautiful flavors, because we're gonna get into that, because I had my taste and it was amazing, y'all. Their food is amazing. Tell me, because you hinted towards the name and the background, but where did that name exactly come from? Like, tell me, why was it so important for you to have that as the name of your business? Like, where is the homage?
Just me being as a country boy, down south, you think good cooking, big mama's house, you know what I'm saying, grandma's house, good cooking. That's where it starts at, and it's down south. I've met a lot of people from up north and all that, but it's something about that down south flavor. That's all to it. It's good. You can't live without it. And I would say my grandfather, even my dad, great cooks. The women in my family, I can't speak for my aunts and stuff, but my mom never did any cooking. Around my house, it's different around like Thanksgiving. All the women are watching football and the men are in the kitchen cooking.
Wait a minute. So this is different. This is not the same type. I'm from up north, so I'm like, this is not the same kind of upbringing I've been through. I want to say, I don't know where my earring went. I want to say that it's really important for me to think about how that impacted your life, and being like the flavor king out here, right? Because the food was really that good. Are there any like special spices or something that, because we think about these brands and we ask about like what makes them so different, and some of the things that comes up is like they have these secret sauces and these secret recipes. I tasted your barbecue sandwich. It was so juicy. It was so good. What do you do that's so different?
Well, from what I've been taught, it's the way you cook the meat, what you cook it in. My dad's taught me different things of putting different seasonings on it, and you let it marinate for a while, then you cook it a certain time, then you go back and taste it. If it's not good enough, you add a little more. If not, you add a little more until you get it right. But over the years, I've been practicing and practicing. I can tell you this: my daughter loves my cooking. She's right. She's already thinking about putting in her menu for Thanksgiving right now. But just over the years of me cooking for my family, but as I cook for my family, you expect them to say, "Okay, your food is good." That's your family. They're gonna say that. But when I started doing other things, other venues and stuff like that, and you hear other people saying it, okay, well, maybe I can cook a little bit. So I just kept doing it and kept doing it, and just testing different seasonings that go along with it until I got it. If you look at my phone, I have a list of all my seasonings, ingredients, and meals and stuff in there. Like I tell my kids, if something happens to daddy, go back to that phone. Your favorite dish is in there. I'm telling you.
It is. It is.
It is. It's in there. So you gotta do is go back to my phone. The right amount to put in and everything is in my phone.
That's amazing. That's like a family recipe. And I think that's powerful because we talked about this, especially we're reading a book in our morning atmosphere in our community called Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant. And it's so amazing to hear about, these systems when you get into this big business mentality. And that's what it sounds like you're creating systems around like, hey, if anything happens, boys, go ahead and, like, y'all get to the work, get to work, you know where to get the stuff. Um, I want to commend you for this. I want to ask Christy a question about just some of the challenges, because I know that, coming in, I hear the passion, but coming in from the business side, like, I love to hear about some of the challenges, because I hear congratulations are in order. And and I want to hear, some of those transparencies, because people do need to know more about what it takes to get to the level that you're at. And that's also part of networking too, is to be connected to people who know how to get where you want to go. Tell me a little bit about those challenges, if you have any.
So yes, it I will say it has been very challenging, considering we still work our full-time jobs, right? But I think since we've been out here in Georgia area, we've been really like promoting our own selves, but people kind of knew us. And so we started with one pop-up in the Atlanta area. And from there, we were just like, he's right, when people started coming back of different cultures, basically saying, hey, this fish is seasoned so good. I mean, like the juices just pop it. Like it was really amazing. Like with me, like he's cooked for all the family members, everybody in Virginia that know us, that he's catered. So we knew like they loved it, but we was in a new place, new town where no one really knew us. And for them to come back and just say, hey, this is good. It was like, oh, we can do this over and over again. So it inspired us a lot to like, I push him because I know he's good at it. And I just knew like, we're going to grow from this, because people have spoken into our lives, like, especially his life, like, hey, what are you guys waiting on? You have all of this, like you have all these great gifts and you're using it, but you're using it behind the scene. You need to promote. So I'm his pusher.
Yes.
And, with the grace of God giving us, that type of relationship, of course, he, as being a man, the husband of the household, is just like, hey, well, back up, got to think about it, pray about it. And we did just that. And so now, again, like when we did the first pop-up, then it was from that pop-up, it was to the next, and I kid you not, it's been every other weekend that someone like you we've connected with.
Yes.
And so has it been a challenge? Yes, it has, because where we were using like deep fryers and all of that, and like this past weekend, we had to like, okay, so now we're not going to use a deep fryer. What do we do to still make the food good quality, taste good, and all that, try to fit all that in, and it all still worked out and everybody still had a good time and enjoyed. So that's where I feel like it becomes challenging. And I don't like to really say it no more, because now I'm enjoying it. I feel like I've met another passion of my, my push.
Yes.
Does it make sense? Like I found a new career, and it's always been our career of 20 some years, right? Of me pushing and redoing things. But now it's just like take off and just go.
Okay. So just wanted to, kind of piggyback off of each other, because this is really important. I mean, when you were talking about challenges, and I'm just like, it's always so important to talk about that and to bring that to the forefront, because both of you were saying the same thing. The most support does come from outside of those most of the time. So when we talk about networking, that's the most powerful tool, because we're just like, listen, I gotta meet these people so I know who I need to be connected to. That's so important. And I'm so glad we did get connected, because, even though you guys are busy, I expect it. I mean, the brand speaks for itself. I'm just telling y'all, I was like, as soon as I got the sandwich and sat down on the side, y'all, because I had a vendor table too. I took one bite, and it was just, one of those things where you take one bite and you're like, oh, I really want to eat the whole thing. But you really are enjoying each bite. I'm a foodie. So I love food. So when I talk about it, it matters more to me, I think, than most people. But I think food represents so much more than just the food itself. I will say thank y'all for that. I do want to kind of talk about that challenge and leading to change, because you kind of hinted towards that, Chrissy, and like saying this is where I ended up and I'm okay with being here. This is open. If if that's what happened, let's talk about the successes. Like what came really ultimately out of all of those challenges that you feel like is the biggest success for you right now?
Well, the biggest success is if I don't cry. But the biggest success is because we just kept pushing it. And now that we know, like, it's something we enjoy as far as meeting the people, satisfying the people. Well, at least we think that we are still satisfying the people because all we get now is good reviews, right? So the thing is, it's just like, oh, okay, well, we got this. And of course, we have been searching and searching deeply with trying to find a location because now we're just like, okay, let's just make this full time, right? And so, of course, now we found the building. And yes, that was very challenging because we found one building that didn't work. We found another building that didn't work. Then I think we went 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 3. And then here we are. And contract has been signed. And so we're just ready. We're ready. We're ready. We've been ready. It's just that we had to really, really accept the plan that God had for us and say, we're going to really do this. And when we really gave it our whole heart in it, it's just like every single door, like now that could just be open, do the little blocks still kind of come? Absolutely. They're supposed to, but guess what? We keep going and we keep going. And that's where we are now. And that's why we're here. And that's why, all this good stuff is starting to happen.
Yeah. Really.
And we're just thanking
just
God
keep going. I said again, this is my best friend.
Yeah.
I love it. I love her delight.
I love you too.
And this past event, I can say I met some beautiful Black sisters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Powerful sisters that were positive, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And guys, our Black queens, treat them as they are, Black queens. Yeah. That's what they are.
Yeah.
So please do that, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just got to look at yourself instead of at that woman, you know what I'm saying? See what you're doing or not doing right, but always cherish our Black queens, so definitely do that, fellas.
I'm glad you shared that because one of my questions for you is going to be, how does it feel working with your wife, hand in hand in this way? I know I asked her some questions. Listen, this is one of the things I think is so beautiful to me. I mean, I think it's something that also monopolizes, right? It gives you a lot of opportunity to build together. You don't have to do things alone, anything, even business. And so this is really encouraging. How does it feel to you? Like, talk about it.
It feels great. I can talk about that all day. This woman I can talk about all day. I could say, I work 10-hour days, right? Come home, start dinner. She said, well, I can cook. I'm like, hold up. You work too. So why can't I come home and cook? I work too. So come on. But that's where I was at. This is my queen. You know what I'm saying? I want to make her happy as best way as I can. If it's cooking every day, I don't mind doing it because that's a passion of mine and I love it. It doesn't make me tired. I enjoy it. Going out there working 10 hours a day, that makes me tired. But coming home and cooking, I love it. I can do it all day long, especially if it's for this woman here, And those, I want to say those 2 we got upstairs, but
Stop.
But those are my babies too, But I do enjoy it. And I said again, I'm always going to cherish her. She's my biggest supporter. She pushes me. Every day, she encouraged me. Honey, read a scripture. You know what I'm saying? When something's heavy on you, read a scripture. Or listen to this music. Or she'll send me some music to listen to. But this is my biggest pusher, my biggest supporter, and I love her for it. 27 plus years, I can't wait for 27 plus more, So it's going to be fantastic working with her side by side every day.
Y'all gonna make me cry. So that is absolutely beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. I think so many men need to hear that, and that's powerful. It shows how strong of a person you are to just be out there because there are a lot of men I think that kind of feel a little overshadowed by their women, and it takes a strong man to really understand how to support their woman, and you do that like powerfully. So I just want to commend you for that. Where do you both see the future of the business now that you've accomplished so many great things?
Oh, blossoming. We already seen one building. We're going for two, probably three. Whatever God leads us to do, we're looking forward to that adventure, especially together, hand in hand.
Yeah.
And we've got a daughter. She's following right in Daddy's footsteps. I think she cooks better than I do, but she's willing to help out. She's willing to do whatever she can to help the business grow. So she's in Virginia right now, but we're looking forward to her coming out, really helping us and, doing what she can. But as long as I got my queen by my side, it doesn't matter. So we're good to go. So we're looking for big things.
You want me to say something? Mm-hmm. Well, I was going to say we've worked before together years ago at Walmart Distribution. Yeah, we did it. And I'm going to tell you, people used to be like, they knew us just as the couple, right? And how he treat me at home, that's how it was at work. Like nobody is, how you see us, that's just how we really are. And I always tell people like, hey, no disrespect, that is my husband. We still are here to do a work, do our job and things like that. But we've always been good. I know I get on his nerves because I be like, so what we eating today? And what did you cook today? Like, it's just, but we have more than that kind of conversation, but it's just, it's part of us. We've been married so long, I feel like.
Yeah, and I can say chivalry's not dead. 20-something years when we started out, I still opened the car door for her.
Yes.
20-something years later, I'm still doing that,
Yes. So it wouldn't be a problem. Again, it would just be me because I feel like I'm more of the pusher. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, no. And I'm just so surprised and so thankful that he's doing this much talking because it's always me. So I'm just very thankful, like, that he has it in his heart. I know he has it in his heart, but as far as like working and taking this to another level, I'm really happy. I'm happy because he's very gifted. I'm telling you, he's gifted.
Y'all just sound like an amazing team. So clearly people saw that way before, and it's beautiful. This kind of came up. It wasn't even a question I really was prepared to ask, but I have to ask it now. Feels like y'all have a podcast coming up. Have y'all ever, been asked to do any type of like, not like counseling or anything, but you know how that is. Like, have y'all really? Okay, so I know I'm not feeling it weird. I'm not weird, y'all. Okay. So tell me about that because I just didn't want to assume, but I felt like something in y'all is like it's giving. We can counsel you.
Yeah, but you're right. We have been asked to do like marriage counseling, just haven't gotten to that point yet, or decided to do that route. But I think it's something we can do, and it's not marriage counseling. It's telling us how we live, how we trust in God, how we believe in God, but trusting in Him first. I'm gonna tell you, I love this woman in life, but I love God more than I love my woman.
Amen.
You see what I'm saying?
Amen.
So
Amen.
She's right after God. So, but that's the way I feel, and she'll agree with it. That's it.
And I will say, now I know me personally. People do ask me a lot of questions. Like when I say, "Hey, I've been married this long," and we've actually renewed our vows. What, twice?
Twice.
So when I say, "Oh yeah, I've been married 3 times," they be like, "Really?" And I say, "Yeah, to the same man." And so they be like, "Oh my God, I can't even stay together for my boyfriend for this." And I'd be like, "Yes, you can. You just have to trust God through the process because we're different, right? Even though we're one, but we're just different. When we die separate, right? So my thing is, I do take inconsiderate. I'm not being inconsiderate, but I'm very considerate of his feelings, just like he's considerate mine. So we as women, sometimes we might be a little more boastful, should I say, where they're just like, they hear us, and I know that's how he is. He hears me. And when he needs to speak, I feel like that's when he really speaks. And sometimes it's just like, oh my God, did you hear me? And that's how I kind of like tell women, like, sometimes you got to allow them to voice their opinion as well. It is their opinion, but sometimes they have really good opinions, and you need to like just kind of step back, because we're not gonna win every battle. We want to, but we can't win every battle. And I think that's vice versa. So when people ask me about counseling, I definitely tell them, because there's some things, yes, we've been married a long, long time. And yes, we absolutely trust God through everything. We put God first. But guess what? We err sometimes too,
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
So, but because we know who we serve, we don't go to bed mad with each other. And if we have a disagreement, guess what? We're going to work that thing out real quick. And that's why I say we don't always have to like it all the time, but it's the God in us. I promise you, it really is the God in us. So I trust him. And I when I say I trust him, I trust God. And just as he said, God is always going to be first. And I want people to see that that's what works in our marriage. Now, will the next person marriage work like that? I can't say that, because we're all different. We all go through different experience. So yeah, we've been asked that. I already knew what you was going to say, because we hear it all the time.
Just wow. I love it. I think it's just something to really hold on to. So thank y'all for sharing. I would listen to y'all on a YouTube channel. I'm just saying I would, because it's just you're likable, and clearly have great advice. So I just want to put that out there. But I will say but I will say, for anyone watching at this part of the video on the replay, just listen. This is just the part where I want y'all to tune in, because I want you all to know about Down South Flavors. Their location, where you can find them, how you can connect with them. After the conference too, we are going to be featuring them at the conference. You're going to be able to taste their delicious food. If you're a foodie like me, you don't even know. But you're also going to be able to connect with them after the conference. And this is where we want to highlight where they can do that. Please let them know where they can connect with you guys at the conference and after, even before the conference too.
Okay, so are you talking about at your location on Saturday this weekend?
Well, you're going to be there on Saturday, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yes, Down South Flavors will be. I don't have the quite address all the way yet. But I do know it's in Buckhead, and we will be there from 11 to 4. And then also we will be doing catering their event from, I think it starts at 6. And we're so excited that we're going to have an opportunity to cater for you as well. And how you can actually find us, as far as our social media, we have Facebook, which is Down South Flavors, and then also we have Instagram, which is dsflavor dot underscore. So you can follow us there as well. Oh yeah, okay. So he's telling me, I'm so sorry. So our new location is coming up, and that's going to be at the town center at Cobb, and that's in the mall, and that's at 400 Ernest Barrett Parkway, and that's in Kensaw, Georgia. So just bear with me a little bit, because I'm still new to Georgia, so it's just still kind of learning. So that's where we should be going to. Hopefully our soft opening, I'm hoping for the end of December. It's still kind of in the air, but we will post on our social media. And then also, the soft openers. Yeah. And then hopefully the first week, all goes well, like it should be planned. We should be opening the doors for that day, the first week of January.
Well, okay then. Well, y'all know what to do, because here we support. And so thank you for letting us know where we can find you. Of course, at the conference, and y'all know the details are on the landing page, so they know where to find it. And that you guys will be able to just experience what they are all about there. Feel the energy, get all the connections going. And after that, you can actually support them in their launch, their grand opening. They're going to be in the Cobb mall location, the town mall location, right? Town mall. Let's say the town center mall.
Yeah, town center mall.
Okay, that part.
Yes.
Town Center Mall in Cobb, and I just want y'all to make sure that you stay tuned for that because we do want to make sure that if you are subscribed to our emails, and we'll be dropping all of that information as well in the chat here, so you guys can follow them and follow that launch. That way, you can all go and support them on that day. Thank you both so much. Really appreciate you. Have an amazing night, and we will see you guys at the conference.
Thank you.
All
Yes,
right. Thank
ma'am.
you.